Thank you all for coming out. It's a fantastic night of music. Really fantastic. And because of that, I'm going to sing you, well, the usual kind of song that you hear. It's about a North Dakota farm boy and a stripper. The song's called St. Paul, Minneapolis. Born and raised, she's living across the mighty Mississippi these days. Tonight she's stripping in the best club on the worst side of a North Dakota town. He's a young farmer east of Enderlin. He makes his way to Fargo every now and then. She and he got to talking. Pretty soon he laid his winter money down. She was kind of naked, sitting on his lap. She was wiggling all around. She was giggling about the fact that Fargo was the biggest town he'd ever been. And he was kind of blushing till she told him something about the weatherman's predictions. A low pressure system in the Alberta Clipper, 6 feet of snow's coming in. She said, if you can get me out of this hick town tonight, when we get where we're going, I'll treat you right. So they went driving down that highway, straight into that big snowfall. And he was praying to St. Peter, help me make St. Paul. Well, he'd never been so far in his car in his life, but she was finer than a movie star, any flight attendant he'd ever seen in pictures in those travel magazines. She said her name was Sapphire, but he could call her Saph. He liked the way she laughed after every time he smashed another Interstate 94 snowdrift into smithereens. And he was blinded by the flurry. Yeah, the wind blew cold and mean. But she smelled like prairie roses, and she looked just like a queen. He kept driving down that highway, straight into that big snowfall. And he was praying to St. Peter, help me make St. Paul. He finally crossed that big river to that capital town. She said, I gotta tell you something, so you better slow down. I got a husband at home with a box of shiny medals from Iraq. So she rolled through the snow to her home in the cold. And all the glitters, well, it sure ain't gold. Her man was standing in the window on the only limb that he brought back. She kissed the farm boy on the forehead before she stepped out of the car and vanished in the snowfall like a midnight falling star. And he went driving down that highway straight into that big snowfall, and he was praying to St. Peter and thinking about St. Paul. Good night, everybody. Get home safely. Thank you so much for coming out. Great playing tonight.